According to British media reports, King Charles today attended Sunday service at St. Mary Magdalene's Church in Sandringham, but this time he did not go all the way on foot as usual, but in a royal car. Camilla was not with him, as Charles' wife is currently on vacation at her Ray Mill home before the royal couple head to Birkhall to celebrate their 19th wedding anniversary. An insider revealed that the couple have a romantic dinner planned, however, they are not planning anything grand. Since the king is now at Sandringham, it means that the monarch can see William, Kate, and their children, as the Welsh are currently vacationing at Anmer Hall. It's next to Sandringham Castle. However, photographers have yet to capture any of the hereditary family either going to church. Charles attends Sunday service, even when ill, or anywhere else. Palace insiders say that Charles likes to be in public, and thus he is trying to prove to all detractors and opponents of the monarchy that he is alive and all is well with him. It's only been a week since the king attended Easter service at St. George's Church in Windsor, and now he's back in public. One well-wisher gathered outside the church put it this way: "I think it's really important, Charles' presence. It indicates that he's doing well and that his health is definitely on the upswing, so that's really good to see. I'd also like to thank him for attending the service today, because I know it must have cost him effort, but he's showing his commitment to this country and to people around the world." As for the heir to the throne, his absence from events, such as attending the Easter service, is puzzling to many. Royal biographer Tina Brown revealed that William is very nervous about the fact that the moment when he will have to become monarch could come quite soon. At the moment, neither he nor Kate are ready for that. The news of Charles' illness has put William and Catherine frighteningly close to ascending the throne. The prospect of this, I am told, is causing them great anxiety, Brown reported. According to the writer, if Charles's health seriously deteriorates, William will have to become regent, and this is the same as being a monarch, to fulfill all his duties, open parliament, make speeches, and so on, but without the title and coronation. In this case, William will be called Prince Regent, and Kate will become almost a queen, and this will instantly push Camilla backwards, both in work and in popularity. All the British media will rush to sing the praises of the new Queen-in-Waiting, and the Welsh will virtually represent the country at all state occasions. Camilla will remain queen, but her influence will fade. Royal expert Daniela Elser clarified the regency situation. William's regency would mean that for all intents and purposes he would be king. He would hold weekly audiences with those who had the misfortune to hold the number 10 Prime Minister position. The prince would also secure royal assent, sign bills into law, and he would be given the opportunity to oversee the opening of state parliament while wearing the appropriate attire and crown, writes Daniela Elser. If there was a scenario in which Princess Kate recovered and defeated the cursed disease and King Charles did not, it would mean that in her 40s with 3 young children at home, Kate would effectively become queen. What will happen to Queen Camilla in this situation? She will remain a true queen as long as Charles lives. But really, of these 2 women, who do you think the public will fawn over, obsess over, and adore? Who will be the Queen of Hearts that all the social media, newspaper front pages, and hashtags will be writing about? However, people in Charles' entourage told the Daily Beast that the royal has no intention of giving up on William and is fighting hard for his health. What's more, he has a lot of plans, and according to the Daily Beast's royal correspondent, at this point, it's out of the question for decisions to be made by anyone but the king. Which means that if William ever becomes regent, it won't be anytime soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you liked it. Well, here we go. Things are not going well for the Princess of Wales' parents due to the bankruptcy of their company Party Pieces and its subsequent sale for £180 million. Carol didn't even attend Wimbledon or the Ascot horse race last summer, and now insiders are reporting that the mother of the future queen doesn't want her daughter to worry about her parents' debts, and would only think about her recovery. According to a source quoting Carol, she doesn't count on her children to help her, but for her right now, the most important thing is to support her sick daughter. It is also reported that Kate's mother was the one who took over the management of the Welsh's household affairs and the care of their children. It is emphasized that Carol herself constantly drove them to school, sports, and various circles that those attend. And while her daughter and son-in-law were recovering from the news of Kate's diagnosis, Carol was there for them and played a major role in their lives behind the scenes. Carol was the driving force that brought the family together with a minimum of fuss and maximum modesty, the insider claims. She drove and dropped off George, Louis, and Charlotte, took them to school sports matches, and gave them endless support. She was a true Mary Poppins figure. She came to the rescue, comforted, and became a pillar of support for Catherine and William as they came to terms with the news. According to a friend of the Welsh, Michael Middleton also provided all sorts of support to his daughter, coping with the children and driving them to school, as Carol might not have had time to do this on her own. It's unclear whether Pippa and James provided practical help, other than moral support, but a source told The Independent. Carol's actions are in stark contrast to those who are voicing support from afar. It's not entirely clear who the insider was referring to. The Sussexes, with whom Kate hasn't spoken to in 4 years and who are living their lives in the U.S., or still someone who is considered closer to the princess. Against the background of all these touching stories about Kate's parents, the question remains unclear. If all the household chores and care of the children in terms of transportation to school was taken by Carol, where was William all this time? Wasn't it constantly said about him that the prince was busy with George, Charlotte, and Louis? Apparently, the Kensington Palace PR people overlooked this detail and again made the heir apparent in an unsightly light. And the other main question is this: where is the children's nanny? Where has Maria Theresa Turrion-Borrallo, who also took care of the young royal offspring and could well have helped the crown couple in a crisis, disappeared to? Adelaide's cottage was thought to be quite small, and so the nanny was an apprentice. However, the Welsh spend a good deal of their time at Anmer Hall, and Nanny Mary could well have stayed there overnight. That said, there have been persistent rumors in the British segment lately that the Spanish nanny of the Welsh quit back in January and returned to her home country. Moreover, there is a persistent suggestion that she is the one behind all the insider stories in the Spanish media. Frankly speaking, I find this hard to believe, as Maria Theresa Turrion-Borrallo is a real professional of high qualification, and to risk her reputation by exposing herself as a chatty spy, who after that may not be hired to work in decent houses, in my opinion, unwise. Although this option is not excluded. Another question is why she could quit her job and move to her homeland. Does Maria really know too much and that prevented her from staying in the royal family any longer? Anything is possible.